The platform was slick with morning rain. A commuter in Tokyo rushed to catch the train, briefcase swinging, phone in hand. As he stepped onto the yellow tactile edge, his foot slid. The train wasn't yet at the platform. He tumbled onto the tracks and survived only because a transit worker spotted the slip on a platform monitor and hit the emergency button in time. It was a near miss, but it could have been a tragedy. That's the pace of public transit. Fast, crowded, constant motion. And in that blur, safety hazards often go unnoticed. Observation in these environments isn't just about keeping your eyes open. It's about seeing differently. Let's talk about fatigue. In 2013, a Metro North commuter train derailed in the Bronx, New York, killing 4 and injuring over 60. The engineer later admitted he had dozed off, the result of severe sleep apnea that had gone undiagnosed. The train entered a 30 miles per hour curve at 82 miles per hour. This wasn't a mechanical failure. It was a human one, but one that could have been prevented. Observational safety isn't only for the public, it's for the workers behind the wheel. Are they alert? Are they supported? Are there signs of exhaustion others can notice and act on? And this isn't an isolated issue. In fact, operator fatigue has been linked to nearly 20% of public transit incidents across North America. Fatigue doesn't just slow down reflexes, it removes them altogether. In London's Underground, a station attendant once noticed that a regular busker had stopped showing up. Later, CCTV showed the man had slipped on an oil patch near a service corridor 2 nights earlier. He reported it, but the hazard wasn't addressed, and no one followed up. That unattended spill sat through 2 more shifts. Small, slippery, easy to miss. But that's the thing about public transit spaces. Small oversights can have big consequences. And the people who notice patterns, who ask why the same leak keeps returning or why the tiles near the entrance always seem wet, those are the real safety champions. These incidents happen more often than you might think. In the UK alone, more than half of all passenger injuries on rail networks are due to slips, trips, or falls, often at the very points where people feel safest. Another story from Kolkata, India. A crowd was boarding a packed tram when a small child was nearly crushed between 2 bodies as the tram surged forward. The driver hadn't seen him, but a nearby passenger had. She shouted, he braked. The child was bruised but alive. Her observation saved a life. It wasn't part of her job. But safety in public transit is communal. It belongs to everyone. Let's also talk about visibility. In Toronto, during a blizzard, a woman slipped while stepping off a bus. The stairs were icy. The driver hadn't seen it. His mirror was fogged. She fractured her hip. The investigation showed that the bus's rear defroster hadn't been working properly for weeks. Drivers had mentioned it. Maintenance forms had been filled, but the part was on back order, and the observation loop had stopped at documentation. That's not enough. Observation without action is a delay, not a defense. In New York City, escalator-related injuries number in the thousands each year, many caused by scarves, loose clothing, or footwear caught in the mechanism. It's a risk that's right underfoot and often overlooked. Public transit spaces also carry emotional and psychological safety risks. In Paris, a new metro operator experienced panic attacks after repeated incidents of people jumping in front of her train. She hadn't been trained to process trauma, only to respond. A supervisor later noted signs of distress, but no mental health protocols were in place. By the time HR intervened, she had already resigned. Sometimes what you're observing isn't a hazard on the tracks, it's trauma behind the eyes. Crowded terminals, fast stops, language barriers, and shifting schedules make observational safety difficult in transit systems. But that's precisely why it matters. Think of the bus stops with no lighting, the subway vents blowing steam near electrical panels, the escalator grates where heels or canes get stuck. These are preventable, but only if someone takes the time to see them. Singapore's Mass Rapid Transit (MRT) system has taken this to heart. They created a program where cleaning staff, security guards, and even retail tenants in stations are trained in basic hazard observation. One worker noticed that a trash bin had shifted slightly each day due to wind from incoming trains, inching closer to the platform edge. After flagging it, the bin was repositioned and secured. A minor adjustment, a major risk avoided. In Rome, a tram operator initiated a routine of walking the first and last car before and after each shift. One morning, she noticed a hairline crack in a window panel that hadn't been there the night before. Maintenance confirmed the integrity was compromised. That car was pulled. Her observation prevented what could have been a high-speed shatter. The truth about public transit safety is this: the pace works against presence. People are moving too fast to notice what matters, and yet, It's precisely because of that pace that observation must be intentional. Look for the passenger standing too close to the edge, the operator yawning too frequently, the elderly rider struggling with doors that close too fast, the technician rushing to make a change between arrivals. Observation is not interruption, it's intervention. And in transit systems, where seconds matter, that moment of attention can mean the difference between safe passage and sudden crisis. With more than 160 billion passengers using public transit globally each year, the stakes aren't abstract. They're immediate. Observation isn't optional, it's operational survival. In our next episode, we'll step into the compelling industry of food trucks. Spaces where safety risks are hidden behind box windows, greasy food, customer behavior, and seasonal chaos. We'll explore the overlooked hazards, the observational wins, and the frontline staff who keep foodies and workers safe. Thanks for riding with Safety Smart HQ, where awareness is the best way to arrive safely.